Pipeline, everybody. So it makes us money, what keeps the money coming in. We want to stock that pipeline so full that we just have deals rolling in and rolling in and rolling in and rolling in. Don't mind the flicker here. I don't know what happened. I think I'm yelling too loud for it. So look, in final expense telesales, and I think in any virtual telesales position at all, growing a pipeline is monumental. It's a huge contributor to your success as an agent. All right? Looking back at my existing client records the other day, look, a lot of the people that I had to follow up with a lot, they're still on the books. They're still paying their policies, right? So like a lot of those people that myself and my team had to really grind to get, they stayed and paid. Why? Because no one else would do the work, right? Those people that are the easy laydowns that you call, yeah, okay, yeah, right away, love you. Yeah, they're easy deals, but those are the first people that are going to flip-flop on you too, okay? Because someone else is going to call them or go to their house and they're going to be nice to them. So when you can accommodate the busy schedule and you can accommodate someone and follow up and build that pipeline, then you're going to make a lot of money on that, okay? And we want to get paid, right? So in final expense, the deals that stay are the deals that pay. So in working face-to-face, the difference here is that most agents set appointments with their clients, right? So the clients know the agent's coming. Now, if the appointment's set properly, then the prospect has their existing policy information available. The decision maker will be there. And most people know that the agent's coming to sell them something, so they're going to at least have like some sort of payment hidden somewhere, right? Some form of payment hidden somewhere. Checkbook, bank statement, like whatever. They know what they need most of the time. When you go to someone's house, they have an idea of what, so they're like, hey, this guy's coming, I may buy something, I'm setting this appointment here, I may get information, but the intention is to buy. So they're gonna have that stuff prepared in case they do end up buying, okay? Now in telesales, we're calling people without a preset appointment. We are just going up, knocking cold on their phone, all right? Now, it could be a lead, but it's still kind of a cold because they're not like expecting your call right at that moment, all right? So we're calling them out of the blue. Even if they just filled out a lead form online, they're not expecting a call immediately. They're expecting a call at some point, but they may be on the road. They could be in a passenger seat on the car driving and filling out a lead form. They could be at the doctor's office. They could be, who knows where they are, right? But bottom line is they're not expecting a call immediately as opposed to when you go to someone's house. So the importance there is build the pipeline. Why? Because there are some things that may not be available that we would need to close the deal, all right? I'm gonna go over a couple of those things here. If I can find my page here. Oh, there, it's on this thing here. Okay, so a couple things. For instance, current policy information may not be available when you call them on the phone, right? We need to know what they have for insurance, because how can we recommend someone a policy if we don't know what they have? Unless they're like, I'm adding something anyway, I don't care what I have, great. Right? If they want to add something and you can figure that out in your fact finding, but you got to figure out what they have for existing insurance, because what if they got a policy 20 years ago and then they're getting like you don't, and then you get a policy for them, they cancel it because it's way more expensive, or what if they got something and they end up replacing an old policy that wasn't in their best interest? You see, you want to be ethical here. So if they don't have their current policy information available, you may have to set up a time to call them back. You may have to. My advice would be to call the carrier on a three-way call to see what they got. But sometimes they don't know the carrier name, which, keep in mind, I take that as bullcrap a lot of times, because how do you not know who's been drafting out of your account for the last X amount of years? Whatever, I've heard crazier stuff, but some people really don't know the name of the company that's taking money out of their account, but sometimes I feel like that may be a lie. Bottom line, you need the current policy information. It may not be available at the time in a phone call. So what you'll have to do, set a follow-up time so that you can get that information and then work the deal. You may get all the way through the close and they may not have their payment information available. They might not have a check or a bank statement. Maybe they're not home. A lot of times they may have it and they may be lying. So two situations there. Either they don't have it available, they really don't, or they do, they're just lying to you because they don't trust you. Okay, usually that's what it is. They're lying to you because they don't trust you. So what do you have to do? You have to follow up to build certainty. Either they really don't have it and you got to follow up with them, they got to go to their bank, they got to do all this stuff, okay? Follow up with them. Stay on top of them, or else they're not going to do it. People are going to find every excuse in the world to put off life insurance, okay? Follow up with them or they're not going to do it. Plain and simple, all right? Number two, if they just don't trust you, right? You got to follow up with them to build that certainty and that level of trust. Hey, send them text messages every day. Call them. Send them a meme. Send them a voicemail. Send them a video message. Reach out to them on social media. Heaven forbid, mail them a letter. Right? I got so many sales before just mailing people letters. Like I mailed someone an application in California. And I don't know if you guys remember Transamerica's applications used to be like 30 pages paper application. It was like the most ridiculous thing in the world. I mailed them to California and people were signing them and sending them back. Okay, so whatever. So next, the decision maker not. So bottom line, you have to follow up with someone if they don't have their payment information available. Doesn't mean they don't want the policy. Usually just means I don't trust you enough yet. I want more information about you. I want to make sure you're legit before I give you my personal banking information. You called me in the middle of the day, interrupted what I was doing, wasn't expecting it. I don't want to do business. For whatever reason, my level of certainty is not there yet for me to commit to you. I'm not certain enough about you to commit to you yet. So, hey, some sales required. You're going to have to follow up and help these people out. Next, decision maker may not be available. So you don't want to pitch to someone who can't decide, bottom line. I have my agents figure that out right in the beginning. Hey, now, and you can say it very politely. Okay, now look, I know you respect my time. No, I respect your time and I know you respect my time. So, Ms. Jones, if you were to get a life insurance policy in place today, if you did decide at the end of all this, I want a policy, is there anyone else who influences this decision or makes this decision for you who you'd have to talk to first before you could do anything? Okay? Now, if they say they have kids, you got to talk to your kids before you do this, or are you just going to get it for them? Like most of my clients, and then say, hey, look what I got you, right? You could say that with like a way of being like, hey, just take care of this yourself, but you want to sniff it out, because if their kids pay for it, or if they need to talk to their kids about it, you don't want them to pull that in the end, okay? And then use that as an excuse out. Number two, if they're married, hey, do you and your husband make decisions on this together, Miss Jones? Or can you do this all by yourself? And they'll tell you, right? Oh, no, my husband handles it, or I handle it all, or we kind of talk about it. Okay, so if you got a program in place today, would that be okay with him? Or would he be upset? Would you be in trouble? Oh, no, I can get it in place. I can do it myself. Okay, awesome. Or I got to talk to him. So when the decision maker is not present, this is what you do. Or when they say they need someone else to make the decision. Number one, okay, I think I heard it. Oh, that's who I heard in the background. Put him on the phone, right? So pretend you heard someone in the background on the call. Oh, that's why I heard in the background. Put them on the phone. Because if you ask, are they home? And they say, oh, no, because they may be intimidated or they don't want to, it's that whole phone thing. So, oh, yeah, that's who I heard in the background. Put them on the phone. And if they're like, oh, no, they're not home. Okay, no problem. What's the best number to reach them at? Let's get them on the phone. Okay, so tell them, hey, that's who I heard in the background. All right, let's put them on the phone. If they're not home, okay, what's the number? Let's get them on the line right now so we can make sure that they know what we're talking about here. Oh, no, we're not getting them on the phone. Okay, what's their number? I'll reach out to them myself. Right? Oh, no, we're not doing that. Okay, no problem. When are they going to be around? Okay, now this is an easy one for husband and wife, for them to both be around. It's a little harder one with the children if the children don't live with them. So what you're going to have to do if it's the kids that make the decision, follow up a few times. They may be certain enough with you at that point to not have to talk to their kids, because talk to my kids usually means like I'm not certain about making a decision for myself and I'm not really certain about you. Okay, so you can follow up with them enough sometimes where they'll be like, yeah, I'll just do this myself anyway, or you can follow up and get the kids on the line if they're there. I've run into, when the kids actually do handle it, I've run into kids blowing the deal. I've tried to push them into doing it, and then they blow the deal because they all of a sudden become the life insurance experts. You know, they've been doing this for never. They saw a commercial on TV, and now they know everything about life insurance. So they say, that guy ripped you off, Mom, whatever. So I would fish that out right in the beginning. So those are the few reasons you may have to follow up with people. Current policy information may not be available, payment information may not be available, and the decision maker may not be present. And sometimes people don't make the decision, they just influence it. So also some sales simply don't happen because the lead hasn't been brought to certainty levels high enough to take action. They have to be certain about you, the company, and the product. Varying degrees. Like me, I'm a super laydown. Okay, I'll buy just about anything as long as it's like reasonable, right? I'm not buying something ridiculously stupid or like overpriced. I'm not an idiot, but I'm not like I don't have to be like 100% sold on anything to buy it. Like, you know, I bought this and I don't even know what it's doing. Bought this computer in like 30 seconds. You know, I was like, oh, boom, there you go, computer. Cool. I didn't have to like research it all. I just know it's a good computer. So some people, though, got to do all the research. So they have to have those higher levels of certainty. And how do you raise certainty? You follow up with them. So people start here at the bottom, and you start here. Okay, there's certainty levels down here. Yours is up here. The presentation may bring them up to here, okay, but you want them here. So you got to kind of get them up there, okay? Some people take longer to nurture that certainty and comfort and get them okay with doing business with you. So follow-up does that, okay? It brings people from the bottom of that certainty level to the top. And the key to success in this business is a long pipeline. Deals will roll in weekly from it, okay? Now make sure though when you're asking about the decision, like the thing is when you're asking about the decision maker in the beginning, you don't want to give them like a quick way out. But if they're going to find a way out, they're going to pull it at the end anyway. By that time, it's not like in the first 30 seconds you ask them that. Wait till you're like 5 to 7 minutes in and you got them laughing and in conversation with you so that they feel comfortable with you, right? So that they kind of get an idea who you are already, right? You built some rapport there, you made them laugh, made them feel good, appeal to their higher motives and noble motives. You get in communication with them, you agree with things that they talk about. So those things are all important to establishing that level of rapport to where you can ask at that point, hey, can you do this by yourself? Do you mind if I help you with this, or does someone else need to help you? Okay. So I'm going to give you the steps to follow up here to building a pipeline. These are just some basic things that work very, very well for me with following up with people. Number one, you have to have a notebook with the names on it. I do not care if you have a CRM. Like, write the names down, please. Just write them down. All you need is a notebook. You make a list, like a legal pad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Put the name of the client, the state they're in, their phone number, and like a little reason why you got to follow up with them. All right. If you have a CRM, I highly recommend VanillaSoft. If you have a CRM and you use VanillaSoft, just put their information in there. If anybody needs information about VanillaSoft, just reach out. Let me know. I'll help you out. So put the information in there, but also have that list so you can go through every day. Boom, 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 boom. All right. You want to call day one that you talk to them. Set an appointment with the decision maker if they're not present. Okay. Set an appointment for the person to get their payment information, or set an appointment for when they'll be able to access their existing policy information. So if the decision maker is not there, set an appointment when they will be, or set an appointment with the decision maker, or get their number. Set an appointment for yourself to follow up with them. Set an appointment for the person to get their payment information. If they got to go to the bank, okay, I'll call you tomorrow. Call them tomorrow, multiple times. Okay. Set an appointment when they'll be able to access existing policy information as well. Hey, I need you to get that tomorrow. Call your bank, look at your bank statement, have them tell you the name of the company. I'm going to call you tomorrow. Next day, once you set that appointment, I would call back in a couple hours and be like, hey, you didn't happen to find your bank info or happen to find your policy, or that person doesn't happen to be there, do they? Because they may hang up the phone and be like, damn, I should have done it. Or I have that already, I lied to them. I would call back in a couple hours. It takes like 2 minutes to talk to someone, and if they say no, cool, just continue with the next day. Set an appointment to speak with that person the next day. Call them. Leave a voicemail, text, send a text message. People see texts whether or not they respond. Okay, people are going to see the text messages regardless of whether or not they reply. Okay, so day 2, call, text twice. Day 3, call, text, email if you have it. I would do it twice, in the morning and the evening. Day 4, call, or whatever you have your appointment time. Day 4, call, text. Day 5, call, text. Day 6, call, text. Day 8, call and text. Day 9, send a video message, right? Day 10, send a letter, okay? Or you can even send a letter earlier than that. You want to have various, it doesn't matter the exact thing that you do. This is what I would have done, and this is what I did. But the important thing is that you follow up in some way. You want to be on that person's mind. Like, let's do it, 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 let's do it. Okay, let's do it. Okay, fine. leave me alone. I'll get the insurance. No one's going to follow up with like that. I promise. I promise you. You can suck at sales and have good follow-up and make money. Okay? So your presentation can be mediocre. As long as you follow up enough, you're going to be that like family member almost. You're going to, oh, here's the insurance guy. They're going to start telling their family, oh, he told me this story the other day. You know, be creative with the follow-up too. If they love cats, send them a meme about a cat or a funny cat, or mail them a picture with like a crazy looking cat, right? And be like, hey, cat got your tongue, you're not answering my calls. Something like that, right? Like, I don't know. Anything creative and funny to follow up with. So that's all I want to go on today. Now, what I'm getting at there, build your pipeline, guys. You do that enough, you're going to have deals that just fall in. It's just going to happen. Go through that list every day of people. You're going to get a higher return on your investment. You're going to get clients that are more likely to stick and pay because no one else is going through that work with them. You're going to get higher commissions, okay? And you're going to have a more solid system that you're going to work there. So that's my recommendation to people, to build a pipeline. Any questions, just reach out to me. All right, more than happy to help. Thank you.